I'm Maya Van Rossum, the Delaware Riverkeeper. We've come to Boston today as part of our Shale Truth Interview series to consider the implications of exporting liquefied natural gas from the United States to other countries. There's mounting evidence to demonstrate that engaging in LNG exports is harmful to the U.S. economy and to our environment. I'm going to be speaking with Dr. Elizabeth Stanton, Senior Economist with Synapse Energy, a consulting firm that considers energy and environmental issues. Dr. Stanton is also a research fellow at the Global Development and Environment Institute at Tufts University. So there have been a lot of different estimates as to how much gas can be found in the shale if drilling and fracking is allowed. And the estimates range from 3 years to 10 years to a few decades. There are some assertions that maybe as many as 100 years, but we find a lot of experts find that 100-year guesstimate to be highly unlikely and invalid. But that being said, if we are talking about enough gas to fuel the United States for decades, as an economist, does it make sense to be investing in that energy option, which is relatively short-term, versus other energy options like renewable sources, as you discussed, that may continue well beyond decades, perhaps even in perpetuity?
Well, it could if the price was right to do that, but in this case, the price isn't right. It's actually enormously costly to use this resource. And if we're talking about energy independence, like you asked before, then keeping that resource, the shale gas in the ground, is a hedge on our energy independence. And we can hope that sometime in the future we know how to appropriately extract it in a way that doesn't have all the environmental impacts that our current method has.
When you talk about the cost of LNG exports, in your mind, what are the costs that need to be considered in assessing the value of exporting LNG?
Well, the kind of economic costs that NERA was analyzing, but didn't do as complete of analysis as needed to be done. Certainly, that's important to see what the effects are and to do an appropriate distributional analysis so we can see who is affected and not just that the sum total of the United States is doing well. But also there are really important environmental considerations that have to do with natural gas. And I think, in my mind, the two most important ones are, one, the leaks from the system, that the leaks from the system have an important impact on greenhouse gas emissions. We don't know how to measure it well right now. We're not sure how much is being leaked. And there's a lot of evidence that that problem is a fixable problem, that you could contain those leaks if you wanted to invest in it, and really that the gas captured from containing it would pay for the fix. But it's not happening. Oh. And then another problem that I don't think anybody knows the solution to, which is the water pollution that comes from shale gas. And this is more your area than mine, but my understanding is that there are exceptions for oil and gas industry in the Safe Drinking Water Act, in the Clean Water Act, in the Clean Air Act, that allow it to pollute in a way that other industries are not allowed to for very good reason. And people call it the Halliburton loophole, right? I think we have Dick Cheney to thank for that. And we're left with an imbalanced environmental protection effort where certain industries are prevented appropriately from dumping their pollution into our waterways, and this particular industry isn't.